Are you worried you're going to relapse?
No.
Why?
Because I'm not going to, period, the end.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we'll be looking at the most notable times when celebrities who are at the center of crippling scandals hit the TV circuit to try and explain it all away.
Hate me if you want to, love me if you want, but just use your common sense.
Will Smith.
But it is one of the best days of your life and one of the worst days of your life.
It's now infamous as the slap heard around the world. At the 2022 Oscars, actor Will Smith stunned everyone when he slapped Chris Rock over a joke about his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. The incident sparked global debate and led to a series of apologies from Smith. Months later, the actor appeared on The Daily Show for his first televised interview since the event, describing it as a horrific night.
Yeah, that was a horrific night, as you can imagine.
While promoting his film Emancipation, Smith explained that he was dealing with personal struggles that boiled over, causing him to lose it. Though not an excuse, he shared that he has since forgiven himself for being human and expressed hope that the cast and crew of Emancipation wouldn't suffer for his actions.
At the end of the day, I lost it, you know, and I guess what I would say, you just never know what somebody's going through.
Paula Deen.
Yeah, Jim, this story has exploded online, and it all has to do with a transcript of a videotaped deposition of Southern celebrity chef Paula Deen.
In 2013, celebrity Southern chef Paula Deen watched her cooking empire crumble after a lawsuit deposition surfaced in the press. The document revealed that Deen admitted to using racial slurs in the past.
Now, according to the deposition, Deen was asked, "Have you ever used the N-word yourself?" To which she replies, "Yes, of course."
Initially, she canceled a scheduled interview on the Today Show, but later appeared to address the controversy. On the program, Deen claimed she had only used the slur once, when she was held at gunpoint during a bank robbery. However, this conflicted with the deposition, which stated that she had used it several times. She then went on a teary tirade, blaming others and lamenting the loss of her business partnerships. The public reaction to this interview was mixed, but it didn't stop her from bleeding more partnerships and endorsements.
And I have apologized. I would never, and I can truthfully say in my life, I have never with any intention hurt anybody on purpose, and I never would.
Ellen DeGeneres.
If you're watching because you love me, thank you. If you're watching because you don't love me, welcome.
Ellen DeGeneres built her career on being the queen of kindness. So many were surprised to learn there wasn't a lot of kindness going around behind the scenes of her talk show. Following allegations she fostered a toxic work environment rife with harassment, intimidation, and racism, DeGeneres addressed her viewers during the season 18 premiere of her show.
How was everybody's summer? Good? Yeah? Mine was great. Super terrific.
In her monologue, DeGeneres took responsibility for the alleged toxic culture and vowed to implement changes. She also defended her character, insisting she remained the same off-camera even as she acknowledged her flaws. Despite the apology and promises of reform, the show ended just one season later. And in 2024, DeGeneres stepped away from the entertainment world for good.
I know that I'm in a position of privilege and power, and I realize that with that comes responsibility, and I take responsibility for what happens at my show.
Michael Richards.
Hi, Michael. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Hi.
How you doing?
I'm not doing too good.
Yeah.
In November 2006, comedian Michael Richards made headlines for all the wrong reasons. During a set at the Laugh Factory, Richards unleashed a torrent of racial slurs after being heckled by some Black and Hispanic audience members. A few days later, his friend Jerry Seinfeld arranged for him to apologize via satellite on The Late Show with David Letterman.
Said some pretty nasty things to some Afro-Americans. A lot of trash talk, and
Stop laughing. It's not funny.
Richards insisted that he was not racist, explaining that he simply lost his cool and tried to outdo the hecklers with outrageous behavior, which disastrously backfired. The apology came off quite differently for the studio audience, as they took it for a comedic bit and began laughing. This left Richards visibly uncomfortable and questioning why he agreed to the appearance at all.
I know, I mean, hearing your audience laugh, you know, and it's I'm not even sure that this is where I should be addressing the situation.
Charlie Sheen.
What's the cure? Medicine? Make me like them? Not gonna happen. I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
Once the highest paid actor on television, Charlie Sheen hit rock bottom after a very public meltdown in 2011. At the same time, Sheen was dealing with several personal issues, including substance use disorder and domestic violence charges. After 2.5 Men went on hiatus for him to attend rehab, Sheen publicly insulted creator Chuck Lorre, which ultimately led to him being fired.
The studio fired the actor on Monday, and now Sheen says he's ready to launch a big-time lawsuit.
Just days before his contract was terminated, Sheen appeared on Good Morning America, where he rejected claims that he was bipolar, instead declaring himself bi-winning. He dodged questions about drug use, insisting that he had completely cured himself. Sheen's behavior during this interview was seen as erratic and only further fueled public belief that he had completely lost control.
I think some of those things that you're putting out there are making people think something's wrong with you.
Lance Armstrong.
To the stunning interview with Lance Armstrong, coming clean to Oprah about doping to win. But did he really tell the truth, the whole truth?
For much of his cycling career, Lance Armstrong was relentlessly hounded by doping allegations. These accusations followed him, even as he won 7 consecutive Tour de France titles. But Armstrong vehemently denied them. Then in 2012, following an investigation by the United States Anti-Doping Agency, Armstrong was stripped of his titles and banned for life from professional cycling.
Some breaking news now on Lance Armstrong. The global governing body of cycling has just announced moments ago it will ban Armstrong for life and strip him of his 7 Tour titles.
A few months later, Armstrong sat down with Oprah Winfrey and finally admitted to doping during all 7 of his Tour de France wins. However, he sought to downplay the severity of the claims against him, insisting he never pressured his teammates to dope. His confession did little to repair his reputation, but it did confirm what many had long suspected.
I will start my answer by saying that this is too late. I view this situation as one big lie that I repeated a lot of times.
Tiger Woods.
I thought I could get away with whatever I wanted to. I felt that I had worked hard my entire life and deserved to enjoy all the temptations around me. I felt I was entitled.
In late 2009, Tiger Woods found himself in hot water after reports of his extramarital affairs surfaced. Within days, over a dozen women claimed to have been involved with him, which led his wife, Eileen Nordegren, to file for divorce. Woods lost several endorsements and partnerships and took a temporary break from professional golf. In March 2010, he publicly addressed the scandal in an interview with ESPN's Tom Rinaldi, during which he admitted to living a life of deception.
If it's a private matter, why issue a public apology?
I owe a lot of people an apology. I hurt a lot of people, not just my wife, my friends, my colleagues, the public, kids who looked up to me.
Woods expressed regret over the hurt he caused to Nordegren and his mother and announced his return to golf at the 2010 Masters. Although experts dismissed the interview as too little too late, Woods defied expectations and made a resounding comeback years later.
I miss competing, but still, I still have a lot more treatment to do. And just because I'm playing doesn't mean I'm going to stop going to treatment.
R. Kelly.
Why are you sitting down with us today?
I'm very tired of all of the lies.
Sexual assault allegations against R. Kelly have floated around since the late 1990s, but the 2019 docuseries, Surviving R. Kelly, brought them into sharp focus. Shortly after its release, Kelly was criminally charged, which led to a contentious interview with Gayle King. Over the course of 80 tense minutes, Kelly vehemently denied the allegations, portraying himself as the victim of a grand conspiracy.
Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my
Robert.
At one point, he leapt to his feet, crying and yelling that he was fighting for his life against his perceived enemies. It was a fight he would eventually lose, because despite Kelly's repeated denials, the evidence against him only grew. In 2021, he was convicted of multiple charges, including racketeering and sex trafficking, and is currently serving a 31-year sentence.
So they're lying on you. That's your explanation. They're lying on you.
Absolutely.
Prince Andrew.
She was very specific about that night. She described dancing with you and you profusely sweating.
Prince Andrew's association with Jeffrey Epstein had long raised eyebrows. However, it erupted into a scandal when one of Epstein's alleged victims, Virginia Giuffre, accused him of sexually assaulting her. In 2019, Andrew went on BBC's Newsnight to clear the air. He awkwardly dismissed Giuffre's claims, claiming he had no recollection of meeting her and had been home with his daughters on the day of the alleged assault.
Do you remember dancing at Tramp?
No, that couldn't have happened because the date that is being suggested, I was at home with the children.
He also attempted to discredit accusations that they were dancing together by claiming he was unable to sweat. Instead of mitigating the scandal, the interview doused fuel on the fire. Andrew's dismissive tone, lack of empathy, and unconvincing excuses were criticized, ultimately leading to his removal from public duties and the loss of his military titles.
But you were staying at the house of
Yes.
a convicted sex offender.
It was a convenient place to stay.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Hugh Grant.
Let me start with question number one. What the hell were you thinking?
Back in 1995, this British actor's Hollywood ascent hit a speed bump when he was arrested for solicitation. This came just 2 weeks before the premiere of his first American star vehicle, 9 Months. Grant's PR machine kicked into gear, and he immediately set about laundering his image, including on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. The interview began with one simple question from Leno that Grant smoothly answered with disarming honesty.
I think you know in life pretty much what's a good thing to do and what's a bad thing, and I did a bad thing, and there you have it.
Instead of making excuses, Grant confronted the issue head-on and took full responsibility, which helped soften the public backlash. The interview proved beneficial for both Grant and Leno. 9 Months became a box office success, and The Tonight Show topped The Late Show with David Letterman in ratings for the first time.
I'm sure if I'd been hadn't been the person who, perpetrated this whole thing, then I suppose I would be, enjoying it as much as anyone else. Yeah. But it's pretty miserable on the other side of the equation.
Did you watch any of these televised mea culpas live? Which of them was the least convincing to you? Let us know in the comments below.
What has the journey been like since that day?
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from Watch Mojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.